Good night, folks. This is Carlton from Carlton's Travel Adventures. Probably haven't seen you guys in about a week or so. I don't do a lot of these tapes, as you can tell. I just don't see the need in putting out a tape every second on stuff that people know about. You know, the El Poblado, the Comuna 13, and stuff like that. Calle 70. Everybody knows all about it. There's a million tapes out there on it, so I don't, do that stuff. I try to bring you stuff that's useful, informative, so you can learn something. And I know it hurts my subscription base, but that's okay. That's all right. Anyway, so someone asked me, I had a friend who visited last week and they wanted me to do a video on money. How do you exchange money here? People are still confused about the best way to do it. I've been coming to Medellin for about 3.5 years, almost 4 years I think. I lived here for the last 7 months. I learned something new after all that time, from someone I met in an expat group about 6 weeks ago. It saved me a lot of money. So you can always learn something, okay? Let me start first with when you first enter the country in the airport. All these airports have money exchange places in the airport. Some will have them before security, like with the luggage area, and some have after the luggage area, And people, if you travel a while, you know that that's the worst exchange you can get. It's the lowest. Airports have the lowest exchange rate in the world, okay, historically. So, if you can avoid exchanging a lot of money there, just don't. I see people doing it all the time, exchanging $200, $300, $400 at the airport. Guess they don't know enough about, traveling. That's the worst you can get. Even if they say there's no fee, the rates can be low. For instance, I know once I came into Medellin and listed market rate for the COP meaning Colombian peso, was about 3,200 pesos per dollar. And they were giving you, like 2,400, sometimes 2,300 pesos at the airport, and telling you it's a great rate. You don't know any better. I never do it. I just check the rate sometimes. If I see someone doing it, I might tell them, hey, don't exchange a bunch of money here. They don't know. Do it. $30, $40, enough to get you, to your hotel or whatever, and then you can change it for a lot better rate. Taking a taxi, you're going right to your hotel. I would say do $40 or so. Taxi might cost you $30. I'm a little frugal. I take the bus. Bus is great. 10,000 pesos. The first stop is San Diego Mall. Right in San Diego Mall, there's an exchange place that gives you a pretty good rate compared to the airport, obviously. So, before I get in a taxi or get a bus, back to Laureles, I'll just stop in there and get some money if you don't have any. But the best thing to do, if I travel to someplace a lot, like the DR or Brazil or here, I always have some money in a little plastic bag. So when I enter the country, I've got some change, okay? So when you leave the country, you're gonna come back anytime soon. So go ahead and keep some. Keep 100,000 pesos or whatever. So you have some money when you come back, all right? That's the smartest thing to do. I got like 3 bags with money from the DR, Brazil, and from here. It doesn't spoil, all right? So you can always have money when you return to the country. All right, so you're in your hotel, ask your, someone in the hotel for the closest Casa de Cambio, all right? And I think Western Union probably has the most locations throughout Medellin or probably any country. They're a big operation. They don't always give you the best rate, but you can locate them. Be careful, some Western Union will charge you a fee. Like the one in Laureles by the Éxito, they charge a fee. And I know the one in, I think it's in Bejo, charge a fee. Most of them don't, but some of them will charge a fee. Careful. So ask the question before you exchange if they charge a fee, all right? Most times the rate will be listed on the wall, but the fee won't be, all right? So ask the question about the fee. Okay. I would not chase rates. Let me explain what that means. Most of you guys know what it means, chasing rate. Don't chase the rate. You'll lose money. I've heard guys who say, okay, there's a spot in Poblado that gives a great rate, 2,800. I want to get 2,750 here, in Lorelis. So they're gonna take a cab or an Uber all the way to El Poblado or somewhere else in some mall somewhere in Pima Plaza to get 50 pesos more than $1. When you add in the taxi ride, never chase rates. Be smart about it. Don't take a taxi or an Uber to El Poblado to get 50 pesos more than $1. Figure in the cab ride into your transaction. All right, be smart. Don't do that. All right, mostly that's pretty common sense. All right, see what's closer to your neighborhood. Even taking a bus from here for me to go downtown El Centro, the bus is only 2,200 pesos. It's not much, but round trip is 5,000 pesos or so. So if I know what I can pay right here in Lorelis, get right here in Lorelis versus downtown, if it's gonna be saving 5,000-6,000 pesos by going downtown, why would I do it? Pay 5,000 pesos to go downtown. It's not worth it. You save like that, 30 cents. All right. So be smart about chasing the rates. All right. Now, for the first few months I was here, I was going around town. When I'm to exchange money, I might do it in El Centro, Premium Plaza when I'm there shopping. I change $300-400 at a time, so I hold that money on me. Then I opened a Bank Colombia account. And I found out just a few months ago that Bank Colombia will exchange money. Now, it's probably because I have the Bank Colombia debit card, okay? Because when I first got here, I went downtown to a few banks, different banks, and most of them told me, they didn't exchange money, and some of them did it, but it was really low rate, like 2,400, So I got all the different answers, so I kind of gave up on that. But maybe it's because I have the Bank Colombia card, debit card. I have an account now. I just figured out about 6 weeks ago when I met this lady in the expat group. She said, try the bank. I said, bank don't do that. She said, yeah, I do. So I went to the bank. They gave me 2,900, which was a lot higher than, Western Union. So I was happy that day. She also clued me on something here about Citibank. So when I left Miami last April, I left in June, I went to the bank because I did some research and I found out that Citibank had branches in South America and in Colombia, So I went to Citibank, I closed my other Regions account and Wells Fargo account, put all the money in Citibank, right? So I went to the branch close to where I was in, Bayshore Drive, downtown Miami, explained to the gentleman why I'm opening the account at Citibank, right? Explained to him why. He said, okay, you understood. Now, open the account, put all this money in the account, and then, week before I was supposed to leave, I spent to go to Panama before I came here. I just happened to read that, I'm a big news junkie, that Citibank sold their, operations here to, another bank. I'm going, what? Scotiabank, sold to Scotiabank. So I got pissed. I went back to the branch and confronted the guy. Why did you tell me this? It was obvious. And the answer is obvious. You wanted the account. So said, do you want to close your account? I said, nah. I'm ready. I got to leave in a week. I was at 2 days. I don't know. I said, forget about it. So I totally forgot about Citibank. I came here and I used a debit card one time, an ATM at Bank Colombia. That hit with 2 fees. So I said it wasn't worth it, the exchange rate wasn't worth it. So I kind of stopped thinking about it. And when I was with this expat group that I discovered about 6 weeks ago, a young lady there told me, hey look, Scotiabank's ATM, which was previous to Citibank, will take your Citibank debit card and you get a great rate. So I said, really? So I checked it out and she was right. There's 1 fee, there's not 2 fees. Like if you go to another credit card, another ATM, get hit with 2 fees, one here and one in the United States. But now when I use my Citibank debit card in the ATM for Scotiabank, and the one's like 2 blocks away from where I am, I pass it all the time, never tried it. Figured out there's no Scotiabank, so why even try? Yeah, man, I got over 3,000. You know, just 2 days ago, the listed market rate was, I think, was 3,000 like one something, and I got 3,054 out of the machine when I subtract the small fee. So that's the best rate I've ever gotten since I've been here, is by using my Citibank debit card at a Scotiabank branch, and luckily they're right here. You know, so I'm saving a lot of money now, and I feel bad. I feel kind of stupid, man. I should have known this or tried it, because I just never thought about it. I've been getting 2,750, 2,700, 2,800 at most, when I could have gotten over 3,000. That's a lot of money on the table. So I'm glad I know it now than not knowing it at all. But I kind of got pissed at myself all that money I've been wasting over the last 6 months. But it's all good. That's how you learn. Okay, so that's one way to do it. Citibank account and Scotiabank ATM. Also heard that a couple of ATMs, I don't know where they are right now, I think my buddy knows, that's around, where if you use those specific ATM, some of them are privately owned, they'll give you really good rate with only one fee also. My buddy tried it, he said it works. So there's one by, I think there's one ATM by San Diego Mall that does that. There are a fair few of them around town, but that's around, friends and so forth. If you want to email me or text me, and I'll try to find out the location for you, let you know later on. So it gets a great rate. There's also Zoom, okay, XOOM. You can actually send money from the United States and put it into your account with Zoom. There's a fee though, and do the transaction and see if the fee's worth it, versus going to a money exchange house. So try all these different things and see how it works for you, And if you can open an account at Scotiabank in the U.S., do it, because it's Scotiabank right here. That's why I opened mine at Citibank, Unfortunately, the Scotiabanks in Miami, they don't have retail locations. They have branches only for like wealth management client, but they don't have any retail branches you can go and open an account. I tried that at Scotiabank when I went back, and they didn't have any. So I couldn't open an account at Scotiabank in Miami. But it could be possible where you are. You're from New York, Atlanta, and so forth. Go see if there's a Scotiabank available there with a retail location. You can go and open an account, come here, and so forth. They're trying to get me, Scotiabank trying to get me to open an account here, so I can do transactions in the U.S. Especially sending larger money if you want to buy an apartment, do some business transaction. So they can do it to them through a wire, and it's cheaper if you have an account in the U.S. and an account here. It's possible you can open one online and then open one here too. So I'm looking more into that Scotiabank thing because I want to, do some real estate purchases for buy a condo. Okay, so that's some ideas, guys. You have the regular Casa de Cambio. If you pass the one around town, they varies according to what exchange rate. They're never great, but they're good enough. Average about 2,700, 2,750. What the listed rate might be listed market rate might be 3,000. Right now, I think it's 3,126, something like that, right? So you're getting, a little less, but that's the idea. It's how to make their money on the spread, right? You got the banks. Try the banks. The bank will do it for you. And then, obviously, you got a Citibank account. Citibank, use a Scotiabank ATM. That's the best rate. You get over 3,000, I'm happy. Okay? Then by 2,007 to 3,000 adds up. It changes a ton of money every month, Now I just, no big deal. I don't think about it. I go to ATM every couple of days, put out $100, put out $60, whatever. I get a great rate and I'm happy. Happy that I've been since I've been here. So that's one way to do it. So I hope that helps a little bit. And the Zoom also, maybe some other services like Zoom that also exchange, you can deposit the money from the U.S. straight into your Colombian account with almost no fee, I think. That's what I was told. Well, a small fee. I said almost, but there's a small fee. Do the math too. We'll try them all and see what the fee is. If it's based on a flat fee, or a percentage. You can see. Just do this mixed permanent, okay? But the best idea, like I said, which I discovered, is that Citibank account, my Citibank ATM, BAM, Scotiabank, ATM, and I get that 3,000 plus, man. Love it. Can't beat it, all right? Hope this help you a little bit. Saving money is always a good thing. I love saving money. All right? A fool and his money will soon part ways, baby. Tell your friends about me and subscribe, all right? Have a good night. Sorry, folks, I forgot one last point. I won't leave without telling you this. If you have a credit card that does not charge a foreign transaction fee, use it. Okay? My Citibank card, also my JetBlue, Barclays credit card, MasterCard, they do not charge foreign transaction fees, which means when you charge stuff around town, you know, you get like a great rate, sometimes 3,100, really close to the exact market rate. Get a great rate and no fee. How do you beat that, you know? So now what I'm doing, I hate using my credit card around town, all the little mom and pop stores might have some fraud. When I go to nice restaurants now, okay, when I also bought all my furniture, fully furnished, my TV, everything else, couch, I use my my cards, credit cards, and I got a great rate. So you make sure you charge it in pesos, not dollars. Say charge in pesos. I'm gonna ask you, you want pesos, you want dollars? Say pesos. When I did the conversion, you know, it came out to like almost always over 3,000, 3,100 sometimes. You know, 3,150. You know, on the almost matching the exact market rate. So use your credit card if you can. You know, like I said, I worry about fraud, so I don't use it every mom and pop store. But any major restaurants now, I use it. Exito, the big grocery stores, I use it. I get the best rate. So find a way, you know, it all helps. You know, all hands up if you live here and you keep changing money all the time, the expense. Just all you make sure you do every month to pay off your credit card, so there's no fee over there in the US in your credit card. I always do that. Just pay end of the month, pay your credit card off, you get a great rate, so you're winning again. All right? And I get my mileage from the JetBlue MasterCard. And I think that Citibank is an American airline card. So I get the fee and I get a great exchange rate, okay? All right? Do that too. All right, thanks, bye.